Okay, Cancer. This is your daily read. I hope those reads that I've been doing have been resonating with you. No, I'm not taking none of this. Okay. I don't know why I picked this up. They're so cute. Okay, anyway. Yes, I will. See, that's so how indecisive I am. If you're watching this, you're tuned in to my channel, Phoenix Empath Intuitive Tarot, or The World is Waiting Tarot. So there you have it. Tarot, however you want to say it. Cards that came out is Hermit Mode, material detachments, right? Ace of Wands energy is here as well. Like I say, sorry, I have all this stuff here. Like I say, in regards to how I read my tarot, or the tarot, take what resonates, bottom of the deck, Six of Pentacles energy, all right? So the way that I do and the way that I read, I like to see and get different analogies when it comes to how another reader would read the regular tarot and then my meanings. Material detachments is the Hermit card for me. It could be solitude or retreatment. It says retreating from distraction to determine your own truth. Sorry, my grandbaby is in there. She's having a moment. She scratched her nose. So she's having a moment. Why did I decide to get on? Because if I don't get on now, I will never get on. Okay, anyway. Ace of Wands energy is here as well. So the Ace of Wands in regular tarot is courage, desire, and positivity. Cancer, we're always positive, okay? We're always positive. We try to be positive until you make us think about stuff, and then we turn around and are negative, right? So Ace of Wands energy, another analogy is let your path be guided by your creative gifts, your passions, and your drive. This is why we are always excited. We're always doing something, whether it be crafting. You know, the perfect example, if you want to see how a Cancer really is on a daily basis, is Wendy Williams. I love her, love her, love her. The deeper side of a Cancer, I'm a pause this really fast because my grandbaby's crying. So give me 1 second. I'll be back. But let me just tell you really fast. A deeper side of us, the analytical side or the business side of us is 50 Cent, right? 50 Cent is the best Cancer I know when it comes to me and doing business. You know, you step on a lot of people's toes in a nice way, you know, and you have everybody loving and believing in you. And when you put out your craft or when you put out the things that you're passionate about, it becomes success. And so when you look at those two people, Wendy Williams on a woman's side, she took all she could when it came to her husband. And what she wasn't going to take is embarrassment or blatant, embarrassment. Disrespect is one thing, right? And I said I was going to pause it, but I'm not. I'm going to write a note on where I left off at. But I have to say this to you. So if you hear in the background, that's my grandbaby. That we're family. That's how I put it, right? So, if you look at it when it comes to her and how how she still got up every day and tried and tried and tried. However many years later, she would keep a certain persona on the outside, but deep inside she was trying to figure out how to do something differently and seeing what she could tolerate and couldn't tolerate, right? There's two different types of Cancers. There's a lot of different types of Cancers, shall I say. I feel like I have multiple personalities, but I've never been diagnosed. Go figure. But there's, depending on what your chart placements is, I would love to see her chart placement, and I would love to hear what 50 Cent's chart placements is, because that lets you know who it is. And there's also Tom Cruise. But on that note, that's how I see and how I can divulge when it comes to, or how I can kind of separate the two, because I am like a Gemini, two sides. I'm more than two sides. I have every placement in my chart minus one. And I still haven't figured that out, which one it isn't. So let's just talk about that down the line. But however, when it comes to us being at our end point, it has to be some kind of embarrassment. I'm sorry. It might not be for you, Cancer. If this resonates, put a heart in the comment. If it doesn't, that's fine. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if you can look at the difference between 50 Cent and Wendy Williams, 50 Cent is like, yeah, we're cool, but I don't like you. They don't like each other. Well, he tolerates her now, but he really has a different relationship from her. He's messy in one point and she's messy in her own way. But when the two clashes, then that's when it becomes like, oh yeah, you know, I'ma still let you know I'm in your presence and you'll still see me, but I won't deal with you. But then Wendy Williams is the forgiving Cancer, which we all can be. But 50 Cent is a different, harsher Cancer. So I don't know if somebody needed to hear that. I look at everything. I look at the difference between the Geminis, the difference between the Aquariuses, and a good example of a Gemini, and this is not a Gemini read, but I have Gemini placement through my chart and air placement through my chart. Allen Iverson is a Gemini, Tupac was a Gemini, and Prince was a Gemini. Look at those difference between those three. I think that I should probably do like some type of reading in regards to that, because that would be so damn interesting. So, okay, she's not crying right now. So let's keep continuing this. So anyway, the Ace of Wands energy. Like I said, Hermit is when we go through material detachments, right? That's the Hermit card. That is material detachments, and it's also retreating from distraction to determine your own truth. Another analogy is with the Hermit. It says... sorry, I gotta focus. Oh, sometimes you need to withdraw in order to rediscover your own rich inner world through tranquility, meditation, and reflection. So this is this should be a card of Cancer. I always say that it is the Hermit is Virgo and Earth energy, but this should be the card of Cancer, going into a dark place, stopping, detaching, going into your shell. I swear this should be a card of Cancer, right? But this is when we figure out when it's time for us to move on and move a little differently, Cancer. Put a heart in the comment if this resonates with you, all right? So that's why I created my Empath Oracle deck by me, the Phoenix Empath, because of the fact that these are 24 emotions that I go through when it comes to me being stagnant, me moving forward, me putting putting all my motivation and inspiration into something that I believe in, or me going into hermit mode. These are the energies that will stop me from and change my moods up. So yeah, I can be Wendy Williams or I can be 50 Cent. Take what resonates. But in the process of their whole discovery, self-discovery, there was struggle, there was pain, there was a different type of pain for both of them. You know, like if you watch Wendy Williams, which I watch her every day, I have my hour at 10 a.m. or well, now when I'm in a different area, it comes at a different time, but I watch her on the internet, where I watch her shows, I watch her energy, and I watch how she's doing. And so when this started, and her starting to feel a certain way about certain things, and you see all of her story led up to her biopic. Whether you liked her or hated her, she still was relatable to you. And she started to get sick mentally when it came to her passing out on the Halloween show. Just follow me when I'm saying this to you. I watched her every day, her crying and then her getting back together. I used to be like that emotional Cancer. I still am. I'm very emotional. I'm very sensitive when it comes to things that I believe in. I will fight. You will see me get up every day. Up until right when my father got sick, I literally realized that there was things that I could not control. I try to fix everybody and fix everything. Sorry, this is not a part of the reading. If you don't like it, click off. If you understand, put a heart in the comment. This is who I am. This is me, the Phoenix Empath Intuitive. I rise from the ashes all the time. I have rebirth all the time when it comes to things that are annoying or irritating or hurtful or things like that. But these are all lessons. In my favorite book, yes, this is me, right? The Game of Life and How to Play It. If you guys as Cancers do not read this book or do not listen to the audiobook, I have the link in the description below on both of my channels. And if you scroll down to my videos, I actually reposted the audiobook on my page as well. But the Game of Life and How to Play It, it's about the game and how to play it. And I'll read it to you. Just because if you click off, you click off. If you don't, you don't. Most people consider life a battle, but it's not a battle. It's a game. It's a game, however, which cannot be played successfully without the knowledge of spiritual law. And the Old and New Testaments give the rules of the game with wonderful clearness. Jesus Christ taught that it was a great game of giving and receiving. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever he sends out in word or deed will return to him. What he gives, he will receive. If he gives hate, he will receive hate. If he gives love, he will receive love. If he gives criticism, he will receive criticism. If he lies, he will be lied to. If he cheats, he will be cheated. We are taught also that the imaging faculty plays a leading part in the game of life. Keep thy heart or imagination with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Proverbs 4:23. This means that what man images sooner or later externalizes in his affairs, and she explains to you. So this is given a definition of, and this is spiritual law. This is the the game. And if you want to look at it in a different way, how I see it, it's like the genie. Our words are curses. Abracadabra, that's open sesame, things like that. The words that we say, good morning, those are curses. Those are things like that. So I watch my words, and it's that thing, watch your words because they become your action. Watch your actions, they become your thought, whatever from The Secret and things like that. And so that is how I came to this. And every morning I say my affirmations. This is one that is basically an affirmation that I came together between putting things together from the game of life and just on a daily basis. It says, I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, bad energy, generational curses, debt. And so I say that all the time. And then in one of the books, in the book of Game of Life, it says, no man is your enemy, every man is your teacher. So again, what Wendy Williams went through and what 50 Cent went through in regards to losing his mother, in regards to his day-to-day struggle, in regards to respecting his grandmother, and grandfather, in regards to him just being him and going through the whole part of being able to use his words to hurt. He did that. And then Wendy Williams did the same thing in a different way. She had her mother, she had her father, she had her family, but she was different. Her mechanisms of how she coped was different from 50 Cent. So I use that so that we all know and know these people. If you don't know them, research them and see how they do, or see their energies or whatever. So I say that when it comes to that. So the Ace of Wands energy, again, let your path be guided by your creative gifts, your passions, and your own drive. So that is what we all do. We just see them in the we just see them in the actual, public right now. So I say I give you that. Now 50 Cent, as the years have went by, when people were either scared to deal with him, and he also has the audio book on YouTube as well. I can't think of what it is, but it's under Curtis Jackson, and a lot of people have it on their page. I wanted to put it on my page because it means a lot, and when it comes to business and how people see the business side of it. So anyway, he showed his personal life with his movies from years ago. Wendy Williams just did hers because of all of the outpour of what her husband put her through and what she was able to deal with, and how she's on top now, right? So the Hermit mode is the material detachments. The Ace of Wands is still working on yourself, but then we have the Five of Cups energy, right? So we're back to the read if I don't veer off to another path. So and just know my grandbaby is here. So again, she might walk in the room, she might need me. So, and I might have to pause it. Five of Cups energy. Every cloud has a silver lining. Accept your losses. Take what you have left and move forward. This is the energy. So that's what I'm saying. You take the energy of what you have left and you move forward with whatever the situation is. And in the end of this, you will always have your Nine of Pentacles. Your Nine of Cups energy. Anything is possible. Wonderful surprises await those who reach for the stars. So in this process, you still are reaching for the stars, no matter what this energy is, a material detachment. That is my grandbaby. She closes all the doors in the house. I always do that. So let's just talk about the regular Hermit energy for the regular tarot, right? Hermit energy, like I said, is... okay, hold on one second. I'll call you... hold on. Okay, so she started crying, so I stopped. But anyway, what I was saying is that, even though, each person had their own different ways of dealing with things. Nine of Cups comes, and remember, like I said, the Nine of Cups is anything is possible. Wonderful surprises await those who reach for the stars. So in that process, we're always reaching for the stars. We're always giving our blessings, and we're always giving and receiving. I just read this thing this morning, and it's pertaining to me. And no, it's not. It's somebody that wrote something on Facebook. I think I'm gonna put the link in the description. I gotta remember to do it, but I'm gonna put the link in the description. And I mean, it's a really good read when it comes to how she put the things that her giving out and not even having a care or putting the energy into any of the things of life, and just basically focus on her sanity. Okay, she's starting again. Hold on one second. Her parents left. So anyway, so the Six of Pentacles energy is basically, just giving you the analogy, give to others wholeheartedly before you expect to receive the same yourself. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. If I tell you Coco Melon is the bane to my existence, Coco Melon is the bane to my existence. So anyway, what I was ending off with was Six of Pentacles. The analogy that this one person gives is like, give to others wholeheartedly before you expect to receive the same yourself. And that's how I have been. Put a heart in the comment if this resonates with you. I have always given, and I've always given without expecting to receive back. And I give and I give and I give. I give my last. I give my last, and I'm okay with it. You know, I'm okay with it. But, you know, at some point, if I can sit here and read, I'm going to put the link in the comment. Hopefully you guys will go in and read it. It's a pretty, it's not long, but it's a long read, you know, for somebody to listen to it or see it on Facebook. You wouldn't want to read it, but if you read it, it's worth it. It's just about how you give in order to do it, but not to receive back. But now it's time for you to take care of yourself. You know, like all of the things that you would break your neck and have, you know, pretty much palpitations in order to try to fix or change or control insecurities. No, I'm not going to take this because they fell out. Maybe I should. Sorrow, sadness, the things that cause you sadness. So insecurities could be one of the things. Let's just say, because this card came out, I don't necessarily think it's an insecure type thing, but I think that this is part, like I said, these are parts of the things that keep me going. Fear, or keep me going, or keep me blocked, feel like trapped energy. Fear, prayers, these are things that I have to pray about. Instead of prayer, I use manifestation now, because I've learned the difference between it. Not saying there's anything wrong with prayer, but to me, I don't want to have to, I want to manifest the things. I want them to visualize and to come with the way that I want. Love is another thing. So maybe these are something that you can resonate with. Heart in the comment. But prayers, a relationship can stop you or make you feel like you're not giving, you know, you're trying to detach from these situations. So maybe this is, okay, it was meant for all these to come out, and I'm glad I took them, because this detachment is material. It's some kind of detachment. Remember, retreating from distraction to determine your own truth. This is what causes you to have to look at the things and stop when you are doing too much. The journey causes you to be scared and distance. All of these, yeah, this was meant, Cancer. This was meant. It causes you to be sad. These can cause you to be sad, to feel a certain kind of way, to put more into someone else's energy than to put in yourself. But not today. Not today, Cancer. You're putting into yourself right now. You're not giving out all of that energy in regards to insecurity that you have, maybe insecure of being alone and not being in a relationship, fear from moving forward, prayers, you're praying to say, give me the strength today. Love is taken away from who you're trying to become, because it's a selfish love, or because it's a love that isn't, you know, it's like give a perfect love to receive a perfect love. But you've been doing that, whether in a relationship, friendship, business. You always give perfect. You always overdo it, but you're tired of not receiving that. So now you're putting all of your energy into you. Please, please, I beg you to and let me write it because I will forget. I'm gonna do it after this. I'm gonna put Facebook post or link on channel. So this link here is just like everything that we need in our lives. You know, this link is like how we stop caring about the mundane things and we're still there for you. So okay, if you need a pillow to sleep on, or you need a room to come on, if you didn't pass a test, you will eventually. It's like not and when you do that, some people think that it's something wrong with you and that you're on drugs or that you've changed or your energy and you're acting funny. No, I'm distancing my energy right now, or a distance. You know, these are things, like I said, emotions that make me feel like when something isn't right with the person. Are you okay? You know, trying to help everybody in their insecurities. You know, oh, you look cute today. But at that same time, you're not worried about how you look today because you're so busy putting your energy into the insecure person, or being insecure because you don't want to be alone, or fearing what could happen if you don't put into the relationship, or fearing what happens if you don't give your all to this situation or your job, or then you pray for a miracle, pray for this energy, or pray for something. You're praying to help you be able to be strong for everyone else, but never yourself, because you're like Six of Pentacles energy, right? You're like the Six of Pentacles energy. I hope you can see this. When it comes to give to others wholeheartedly before you expect to receive the same for yourself. That's you, Cancer. That's how you do things. And so that is the reason why this is meant for this reading, these cards. And that's why I say these things here stop me and make me feel a certain way. Make me feel sad if I feel like I can't give to a situation, or I can't give my all, or I can't fix something. So like I say, with my father being sick, and dying from cancer last year, that was my first time in my life of going through everything. I really let my... Hi. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this again. 4 times the charm, right? So these are all the energies that you feel when it comes to giving. And you're not doing it to receive back, but you're doing it because that's who you are as a person. And in that process, nobody's taking care of you. Nobody is doing the things that you need, or nobody is helping or assisting you in all of this giving that you're doing. Nobody is and you don't expect it, because guess what? We're Cancers. We don't want any help. We can do it. We can conquer the world, We could do this. We could do that. We don't need this. We don't need that. But we're taken from ourselves. So again, please listen to that. Please listen. Please read the actual, what am I saying? The Facebook post. It is, what do you call it? It is open to the public. So when I do the link, it'll link on to the page or whatever. So anyway, it's just about you giving and giving. So my affirmations when it comes to things that I can't control is none of these things move me. And I think I was starting to talk about how I kind of let myself go when my father got sick. And for the first time of me going through something that was really detrimental, but I've been through a lot of detrimental issues or situations, when it comes to me having to stand up throughout all of these different feelings, and still smile at the end of the day right here. Still smile, Ace of Wands, knowing that I'm putting into it. Although this is the energy that I feel, the sadness when it comes to this is what I feel, but I did it without a coping mechanism. I did it because I knew that if I didn't do it, my kids wouldn't have anyone but me, you know. And so now that at that point, you know, and I did it because I used this book, and I'm serious. I wouldn't even tell you differently. I used this book. I used these signs. I used this energy. I used everything to keep me going when it came to people saying, you can't do that, you know, or how are you going to do that? And I was, you know, and then so this morning I got that. I talked to my friend, and she said, I sent you this thing. Did you get it? And I was like, no. She said, this is everything that we've been talking about this whole time. And when I saw it, I had goosebumps on my arms, and I had chills, and I had a tear in my eye, because this is something that I've been trying to express to people. No, I'm not acting funny. I'm taking time out for myself. So when I cut you off, 9 times out of 10, you handed me the scissors. My patience when it comes to certain things as moving forward in these days are not the same. I'm not the same. I've grown. I have experience. I know how when my energy starts to shift, it's time for me to move away or walk away or not give you that energy to get to me or to deal with a person, place, or thing. Take what resonates. And so that's where I've been at. And so it's called self-care. And that's what I've been doing. So when I feel like your energy is off, or I feel like your energy is shifting, I gotta take care of myself. Let you deal with it. I can't control the outcome. I can't fix the outcome. I love you still. I just have to put this energy into myself. I don't wish any harm on anybody. I wish everybody the best. But this is where I'm at. So my crystals, my crystals, my signs all around my house, my salt lamps, you know, this tarot channel, these are precious to me. And when you disrupt my energy, I got to sit down and go back into hermit mode and rethink this whole thing and rethink why you're here. Hermit mode should be a card of Cancer, but it's not. It's a Virgo card. So again, if I have to feel this way, sadness, and these energies start to come out, but not for the better, I have to rethink you. I have to rethink it. So I'm going to pull from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. I think that's what this is called. Sacred, wait a minute. This might be the Self-Care Oracle deck. Abundance Planning. So again, your affirmations. And I'm going to read this. So you're planning. Remember, you're working on you. Ace of Wands energy. I'm going to repeat it. Ace of Wands energy is let your path be guided by your creative gifts, your passion, and your drive. That's the Ace of Wands energy, right? 9 of Cups energy is anything is possible. Anything is possible. Wonderful surprises await those who reach for the stars. You're reaching for the stars. You're planning. Abundance planning. Let me find this book really fast. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it right here. It's not there. Hold on, I got it. But this is what I'm talking about right here. The universe knows what it is that we're trying to accomplish. The universe knows what it is that we're trying to do. And the universe knows that certain energies can stop us. So in that process, I have this book. I don't know where it's at. In that process, those little things can be the biggest things that stop us from moving forward. Hold on, I'm looking because I have it. But again, I'm gonna place the link in the bottom of the, not in the comments, in the description. I'll place the link for that Facebook post because you need to read it. You need to read it. I'm demanding you to read it. I'm demanding you to read it. I think I'm looking over. I really probably see the book in front of me, and I think that I'm looking over it because I have all my main books right here. Hold on. Let me look in one more spot. But yeah, you know, this is what we needed to hear today. You know, what am I going to name this? I cannot tell you yet. I cannot tell you, but I can say to you that somebody needed to hear this. Somebody needed to hear this. Somebody needed to read that description. But anyway, I'll go ahead and give my analogy of what I feel like this abundant planning means. It's writing down your actual plans on what it is that you need to do. Like I said, Wendy Williams planned out what she was going to do. If you listen to her, she planned out what she was going to do in order to move forward from her husband, who actually was one of her business partners. But she planned out how she was going to walk away from that situation, but walk away on top. You know what I'm saying? So that is what you have to start doing. If it's a person, place, or thing, here's another book, The Power of the Spoken Word by Florence Scovel Shinn. You know, if it's you actually planning on how to move forward, then that's what you need to start writing down. A vision board. Write down. Look at the actual magazines. Find what makes your heart flutter. And hold on. It was one of these analogies that I was trying to say to you in regards to a card, and I can't think of what it was, but it's like do anything. It's the Hermit. Oh, wait. No, not the Hermit. What is it? Oh, the Lover's card. Their analogy for this major arcana deck is making a decision that makes your heart glad. Find what makes your heart glad. You know, find what makes your heart glad. I do not know why I cannot find this book. It's a purple book, and I bet you it's sitting right here, and as soon as I turn this off, it's going to be right here in my face. But anyway, that's what this is. Planning out your goals, planning out what it is, realizing why I made this deck. What are the emotions that you go through when something isn't going your way or something isn't right, and you get into that anxiety stage and you start to feel sad, and then you start to shut down and to go into hermit mode. If somebody is taking this energy from you and making you feel this way, then that's when you have to come up with something and say no. Connect to your womb. This is like the nurturing type energy. So again, I won't pull any more. I don't know what I'm going to name this. I have to pull this together in regards to editing it because I stopped it so many darn times. But it's for my grandbaby. It's worth it. So there you have it. Like, share, subscribe. Check out my Patreon. My Anchor podcast under Phoenix Empath Intuitive. I have The World is Waiting Tarot. That is on YouTube. And I have the Phoenix Empath Intuitive Tarot on YouTube as well, which either you're watching on one of these channels or listening on one of those platforms. But anyway, that's where you needed to be right now today. You're here, you're listening, you're hearing what I'm saying. Work on you. Remember the difference between 50 Cent and Wendy Williams and their struggle. We have similar struggles. We have similar ways of dealing with it, but we just have to figure it out. So there you have it. Have a nice day. Okay, so I found the Facebook post, and I'm going to put the link in the description. Let me read it to you. It says, my mom had a lot of problems. She did not sleep and she felt exhausted. She was irritable, grumpy, and bitter. She was always sick until one day, suddenly, she changed. One day, my dad said to her, I've been looking for a job for 3 months, and I haven't found anything. I'm going to have a few beers with my friends. My mom said, it's okay. My brother said to her, Mom, I'm doing poorly in all subjects at the university. My mom replied, okay, you will recover, and if you don't, well, you'll repeat the semester, but you have to pay the tuition. My sister said to her, Mom, I smashed the car. My mom replied, okay, daughter, take it to the workshop, find how to pay it, and while they fix it, get around by bus or subway. Her daughter-in-law said to her, Mother-in-law, I come to spend a few months with you. My mom replied, okay, settle in the living room couch and look for some blankets in the closet. All of us gathered, worried to see these reactions coming from my mom. We suspected that she had gone to the doctor and was prescribed some pills called, I don't give a damn, about 1,000 milligrams. Perhaps she was overdosing on these. We then proposed to do an intervention. To my mother, to remove her from any possible addiction she had towards an anti-tantrum medication. But what was not the surprise when we all gathered around her and my mom explained, it took me a long time to realize that each person is responsible for their life. It took me years to discover that my anguish, my mortification, my depression, my courage, my insomnia, and my stress did not solve their problems but aggravated mine. I am not responsible for the actions of others, but I am responsible for the reaction I expressed to that. Therefore, I came to the conclusion that my duty to myself is to remain calm and let each one solve what corresponds to them. I have taken courses in yoga, meditation, miracles, human development, mental hygiene, vibration, and neurological programming, and in all of them, I found a common denominator. Finally, they all lead to the same point. And it is that I can only interfere with myself. You have all the necessary resources to solve your own lives. I can only give you my advice if you ask me, and it depends on you to follow it or not. So from now on, I cease to be the receptacle of your responsibilities, the lack of your guilt, the laundryist of your remorse, the advocate of your faults, the wall of your lamentations, the depository of your duties, who should solve your problems or spare a tire every time to fulfill your responsibilities. From now on, I declare all independent and self-sufficient adults. I declare all independent and self-sufficient adults. Everyone at my mom's house was speechless. From that day on, the family began to function better because everyone in the household knows exactly what it is that they need to do. For some of us, it is hard because we've grown up being caregivers, feeling responsible for others. Breathe, release, and relax, and let them figure it out. They eventually will. That is considered the game of life to me. You know, I've been there, and I'm sorry for the long rant when I do the posts and when I do my readings. It's because I want you to understand where I am and how I feel about things. I feel when it comes to everyone, I try to fix everything. The way that I deal with my emotions are different from the way I deal with everyone else's. I'm always a person that people come to. They call me. You hear my phone ringing? My phone is on all the time. When I took care of my father, that let me realize that I cannot control life the way that I thought I could. You know, with me numbing myself mentally, and not with any alcohol or anything like that, or any kind of drugs. I numb my pain in order to help people with theirs, in order to help people deal with their pain. I am the nurturer of my family. Everybody comes to me. No matter if I have my last or not, I'll give it to you. I'll give you my last little bit of energy, and then I refresh myself every day when I go to sleep. I'll keep going back and forth to that same energy when it comes to me taking care of everyone else. And I do it, and I've been doing it every day that I can remember as far as back. My oldest son is 23. He'll be 24 this year. But I did it even before that. But financially, physically, mentally, I was there for everyone. No, I didn't pay everyone's bills or anything like that, but I was always there to answer the call, whether 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And I did that, and I answered the call from my father when it came to me taking care of him. And I gave him my last bit of energy to try to keep him alive. And I realized that, I can only tell you what it is that you need to do. I can only show you and by example of how I lead, and I can only be a representative for you if you're willing to listen. But I can't take my energy. I can't take from my energy to give to you anymore, especially if you're a repeat offender, especially if you're someone who doesn't appreciate me. And so when that Six of Pentacles came out, and I'm just listening to basically what it is that, my read, sorry, that was my son coming in here, but I can only give you what it is that you allow me to give you. If that's my knowledge, if that's my energy, I'm only giving you a little bit. I can't give you everything anymore. I've taught everyone. I've showed everyone. I'm an entrepreneur. And that's the reason why I said this read was meant for us today, because the difference between Wendy Williams and 50 Cent, she's a female and he's a male, but they handle being cancers 2 different ways. But at the same time, it still comes back to being very similar to the way that, they do things. And it's always business. They treat their lives as business, and they find different ways. Their energy may not, and we don't really see every day with 50 Cent, but we do see it with Wendy Williams. We can see how he can get a reaction from someone. So remember, a Cancer's words can hurt. Their silence will hurt even more. But their love and their compassion towards others are why we always get the shorter end of the stick. But when you get that from us, nobody understands and can relate to it. And they feel like you're being funny. They feel like it's something wrong with you. They feel like you've changed. They feel like these kids, when their mother was like, oh, okay, instead of her putting her all in energy into it, it's just like, and my friend was trying to teach me this, and that's what I've been learning. And so when I preach to you about the game of life and how to play it, that's because of the fact that you have to manifest what it is that you want. But you also have to know that your words can hurt. It's like the genie. Again, I always say that. I always go back to it. The genie is like, I can't bring anybody back from the dead. I can't do, I can't make anybody fall in love with you, and they say the genie gives you his stipulations in the beginning, he gives you his stipulations in the beginning, so that those are his boundaries that he's setting for you. So with those boundaries that he's setting, he's just like, this is my rules here. Don't ask me to do it. That's where we have to start when it comes to us being Cancers. We have to start in setting those boundaries when it comes to how we emotionally give to an individual, person, place, or thing, a job, a friend, a loved one, a child. We have to learn, and it's just like I say this too, and it scared me to death when I would get on the plane, and I still hate hearing it. Save yourself first before you save your child. Huh? No, I'm going to save my child first. That is just what we think about and how things goes through our heads when it comes to us. I'm sorry, my kids are in the background. Look at that. But when it comes to us dealing with things, we always want to save everyone else. And we will give our life jacket up even when we're in the air. That's just how it is. But this here is where I'm at now. After I looked at it and I saw that people will allow you to give them your last, but they won't do the same. And the Six of Pentacles energy, give to others wholeheartedly before you expect to receive the same yourself. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. That is our energy as well. We do that. And then sometimes when I say, if you guys have listened to any of my other reads, Cancers, I say, but when we feel disrespected, not taken advantage of, but disrespected, then you'll see us happy, and how you see Wendy Williams when she reacts to her husband, if that makes sense, because she's in the public eye. I'll give you some more analogies down the line about the different signs and the different celebrities, but those two are how we can relate to. But do you see when 50 Cent feels disrespected, or how he does things? It's like loud, and he can make a fool of you in the process. And like Wendy Williams could too. She can make a fool of her husband by saying everything in his truth, but she didn't do that. She told her truth and let him be able to, down the line, never use her platform again, but he can do it how he wants to do it. But she's okay with it because she knows that she gave him her all, if that makes sense. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Put a heart in the comment. You know what? I want purple hearts in the comment. You can give me 7 or 8. My son says I use emojis too much. If you got to this point, give me some purple hearts in the comments. Lots of them, to let me know that you understand what I'm saying. And if this resonates with you, you don't have to say nothing else. Just give me some purple hearts. Maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. You can fill it up. I don't care how you do it. But the thing is, it's like you have to learn how to get through this energy. So that's where we are with this, Cancer. So again, I just want you to take what resonates with all of my reads. The affirmation is here. And this is what I'll say to you. One of my affirmations that I got, and I mixed it up into mine, on the Game of Life and How to Play It, is: I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, and bad energies. That is my affirmations that I do say. And I say that on a day-to-day basis. And, you have to go in. And like I said, the link is in the description for the Game of Life and How to Play It. I put the link in the description for this Facebook post. Hopefully it's open to the public, which I think it is because I was able to share it. But it's the way that we give our energies out. We have to learn how to when something is affecting us or someone else, how to not take that energy in order to grow. And so if that makes sense to you, let me know. Again, I want to join to grow my community with you guys, Cancers. And so I am doing these long reads. Sometimes I try to make them as short as possible and as detailed as possible, but I need you to understand where I am when it comes to me being this Phoenix Empath Intuitive. I've rose from the ashes several times, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with doing that. And that's where I'm at. I'm kind of rambling right now, but remember the Game of Life and How to Play It. And then remember that every man is your teacher. Every enemy is your teacher, so every man is your teacher. Every lesson that you get from a person, whether heartbreak, whether pain, whether from a loved one, from a family member, whatever it is, it's an actual lesson for you. So it's not to be taken for granted. So again, no, you don't have to stop giving your energy to people or giving and doing above and beyond, but you have to learn how to deal with your emotions when it comes to defeat, when it comes to heartbreak, when it comes to family and friends, and learning how to set boundaries like the genie. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But like, share, subscribe. The world is waiting. If you're on my channel, Phoenix Empath Intuitive Tarot, like, share, subscribe, and here we are. The world is waiting for you to learn who you are and to learn how to deal with your emotions, with affirmations, with manifesting, and just to be who you were put on this earth to be. Have a nice day.